All right, YouTube, it's Tom Perez time. Time to discuss his major scandal is heading the DNC, let's face it. But then people are also fixating on him and his comments about the Voting Rights Act. The basic premise of what he's saying is, oh, we can't, no, the Voting Rights Act doesn't have anything to do with whites. We're not talking about a numerical minority, you know, because whites are a minority in some states and in some townships across the nation. We're not talking about that. We're talking about specifically disenfranchised groups of people. So if the population were like 99% black, he would still have you believe they were disenfranchised and powerless and fuck that other 1% or something. This is really why the Democratic Party has been suffering so badly. They just don't get it. Tom Perez doesn't get it. Hillary Clinton didn't get it. Barack Obama, he didn't understand. They just don't understand the concept that there are a lot of Americans, including those that are minorities themselves, who don't fucking care about these fucking stupid issues, and why are the Democrats constantly harping on them? This is one reason why they lost the last election in a landslide. It wasn't just, oh, Trump got elected because he gobbled up the Rust Belt. Look at what happened to them in state legislatures as far as governor's seats went. Look at the House and the Senate. They should, by all rights, they should have been able to at least reclaim the Senate, and they failed to even do that. That's how weak as a party, how disorganized they were. They were so fixated, and the media was so fixated for the entire election on how weak Trump supposedly was, how the Republicans were in disarray, they were fighting each other, they were stabbing each other in the back, and then look at what happens. Now, that doesn't speak well of the Democratic Party. So what's the answer to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile and a bunch of other wedge issue using hacks who are just basically Clinton plants? Oh, let's get another one in there. This time I'm sure it'll work fine. I don't think it's going to bode well for them. You look at Tom Perez, link in the description. It's more than just the Voting Rights Act shit that's a scandal as far as he's concerned. He was also involved in using a private email for official government business. Whoops, that's a no-no, and then got investigated for that. And, of course, at the time, the Democrats stonewalled the investigation. So that's very Clintonian of him. I wonder why she likes him. And then there was a quid pro quo case, actually a legal case. So, again, rather Clintonian. I wonder why she liked him. I wonder why the DNC decided that he was their man. Could it be because he's corrupt enough to be willing to rig the next primary season too in favor of whoever the neo-corporate candidate happens to be? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I hate to tell all of you Bernie fans and Warren fans and Jim Webb sort of centrist Democrats and those of you who would rather be Democrats but couldn't because they didn't fixate on jobs. They were too busy talking about BLM or something. You're screwed. You might as well find another party to support, whether it's the Republicans, Libertarians, Green, it doesn't matter. You might as well start campaigning for them now, because the Democrats are no longer your home party. They've undergone a mini paradigm shift of their own. And their shift is, we're going to guzzle corporate cash to outraise our opponents, while using a bunch of really far-left wedge issues that we never carry through on. And we're so transparent in the fact that we're shilling when we're doing this that nobody's taken in by it, even if they support our manufactured artificial stance that we don't even believe in, by the way, on these wedge issues. That's what the Democratic Party is gearing up to do. Tom Perez is just the next Debbie Wasserman Schultz. You'll probably get more leaks from this next season, if he's still there in 2020, about how whatever inevitable candidate wins there was jerry-rigged into the position of nominee. That's probably what'll happen. I don't think it'll be Hillary Clinton. I think by that point she's going to be a little bit worn down. Trump will be worn down too. In all honesty, when he's 74 years old, or nearly so, when 2020 comes around, is he going to be as energetic as he was this time around? No, he's not. Especially since he's now the president. Presidents tend to age very, very fast. He could, in all honesty, again, Trump is old. He's an energetic old man. He's smart and very good on strategy, but he is still old. Hillary Clinton, meanwhile, is old and she's not particularly good at the campaigning thing. She took a 90s strategy and tried to roll it over into the social media era. It didn't work too well. The problem for running her, having her in the race, is that immediately, again, that Clinton cash kicks in, even if at a lower level because some people have abandoned her. She steamrolls her opponents with the help of insiders within the DNC, says third time's a charm, this time we break the glass ceiling, she'll campaign the same way she did the last time. Trump will sit there, he'll be confused as to what the Democrats are thinking. She'll get her ass handed to her. She gets up on a debate stage against Trump after he's got political experience. Wait and see what happens. I don't think that she'll run. And if she does, I think the Democrats will just get some other neoliberal to run against her and put them in the position. But whoever it is, by the way, whether it's Clinton or not, they'll be rigged into that position. Trust me. Tom Perez is the bellwether of what the Democrats are going to do over the next few years, and it doesn't look good for anyone who's not a corporate cocksucker, essentially. Yeah, the Democrats are now the party of the cocksuckers and all of these other groups, the party of big money, Soros and others. But it doesn't end just at the voting rights stuff. That's concerning enough. Yeah, that should have all the white Democrats thinking, well, why am I part of this party, since this party explicitly, its head is now explicitly stating it doesn't want to protect my voting rights. I think you'd want to protect voting rights for all Americans, but that's just me. I suppose it makes me a bigot, according to Tom Perez, or maybe some of these other assholes in the Democratic Party. They've just set themselves up to not really do well in the midterms. And unless they spectacularly fail, he'll probably be there in 2020, and you can look forward to another rigged primary situation. And it'll be less popular than this one. Fewer people will watch the Democratic primaries next time around. Trump will trot out on stage, say, haha, now I'm Trump with political experience, and, oh, we're going to keep draining the swamp, or whatever he says. And Clinton, or whoever the other neoliberal is, at most will just be a pretty face, a Justin Trudeau-style candidate, somebody who's considerably younger and fairly well-spoken. Do you think people will be taken in by that? I don't know that they will. In many elections that work, you know, you'd think of putting like Rubio up against Clinton, young and spry and obviously on amphetamine or something like that. Yeah, maybe has that advantage, has the charisma and the youth appeal, but at the same time, that isn't the only thing that you need. And if they do make the mistake of running Hillary Clinton, they don't get any of that. They get someone who, at that point, is probably demented, who won't even know what she's doing. She'll be wandering around up on stage. Oh, which of these seats is mine? Oh, the debate's over. You can sit wherever you want, Miss Clinton. Oh, okay. And then she wanders out to the food court and starts taking a crap in the salad bar or something like that. Tom Perez is just an Obama and Clinton ally, an ally of both. He's sort of like the missing link, I guess. So the Obamas and Clintons do hate each other. Because, of course, Obama is sort of the Bill Ayers sort of terroristic side of the far, far left, at least in his past, and then he became a neoliberal. Like, he left that behind, said, oh, I can make money pretending to be far left. And so he got corrupted like all the other fucking hippies from the era. And then Clinton is sort of the southern White House dwelling plantation owner who hates them brown people except when they're voting for me. And let's face it, it's kind of obvious that that's the case. She probably wouldn't even shake hands with Obama if she didn't have to. Probably sees him as below her. So yeah, they do hate each other, but then you've got Tom Perez. He sort of bridges the gap. He doesn't care whose ass he has to rim in order to get his paycheck. He'll rig it for whoever's going to pay him the most. Who's going to pay him the most? It's going to be the neoliberals. It's not going to be some socialist. It's not going to be a progressive in the Warren sense. It's not going to be a second tier like Jim Webb. It's going to be the neoliberals. It's going to be the Clintons and Obamas. Which side among those two sort of warring neoliberal factions wins out and gives him the bigger paycheck, I suppose, determines who the next Democratic nominee will be if he's still heading the party in 2020. That's what's going to happen. As corrupt as he could possibly be. People want to talk about, oh, Trump did this and did that, and they're all wrong. He's corrupt. Take a look at Tom Perez and what he's been up to. Ask yourself if this is the sort of person who's actually going to coordinate the party. No, I think that the Democrats, regardless of this more resistance thing, are going to flatline long before that happens. They'll probably flatline before the midterms. They're hitting their peak anger too early. They're hitting their peak anger right after this election. They've got 2 years to cool back down and lose interest and fall lockstep into drudgery. It's not the greatest thing to happen. It's not like when the Tea Party began building steam and peaks right before the midterms in 2010. It's not like that. They're peaking 2 years too early. That's not good for them either. Are they really going to be able to keep up the abject, red-faced outrage that they're using as a strategy right now for 2 whole years? No, I don't think that they will. And then after the midterms, when they get crushed, if they do, or if they just simply fail to retake the Senate, which is probably the best of their hopes at this point, getting 1 or 2 Senate seats and locking it up there to try to stop some things that they want to stop. When they fail to do that, and they get mad again, will it be mad enough, and will it again last for 2 more years? That seems to be their strategy. We're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. And it's not just the right wing that can do that. It looks like the Tom Perez's of the party are trying to cause that too, but I think they're misjudging people's attention span here. Tom Perez will not prevail as a leader of the Democratic Party any more than Debbie Wasserman Schultz did. It's going to be kind of amusing to watch what the Democrats try to cobble together over the next 2 years. Again, who are they going to run against Trump? Who exactly? I would presume it'd have to be somebody from the Rust Belt or somebody from Florida to try to target those areas. I can't think of anybody that fits that qualification within the Democratic Party who has any name recognition. I'm sure they'll scrape somebody out of their ass to run against him, but who's it going to be? Who are they going to rig into the position? And are they going to be as stupid about it as last time, get caught doing so and alienate several tens of millions of possible voters again? Probably. Therein lies their problem, I suppose. That's about all. Peace out.